Hi, guys.
Hey, lady.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh my goodness. I realized today it been like we was away for like a month because the last time we aired was on the 6th of February.
It has been a month. I miss y'all.
I miss y'all too.
Oh my gosh, guys. I didn't know it was that long.
I know this year go by way too fast. I don't like that.
Yeah, that was long. That was a long break.
Hi, Ari Lynn. Hello.
Hi, Frida. Hi, Erica.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
I had forgot about us. I was looking like, why we only got one viewer?
No, it was from 2 to 1. Okay.
What they doing on a Sunday besides watching just Momming The Podacst?
You know, it's been a long 3 weeks.
Okay,
so
now they get a notification.
Right.
When I be sharing as soon as we go live. So I know y'all be seeing us. But anyway, hi guys. It's so nice to see you guys comments and stuff.
How was your week? How was y'all week? You got 3 weeks. How about that?
Okay, y'all go first.
Well, first, let me just say, Shauna, congratulations.
Thank you.
If those of you who don't know, Shauna finished school. Yes. Go girl. Go girl.
Yes.
But
I've been good. A lot has happened in 3 weeks. Okay. So let me just give y'all, I don't know. I got something in the making. I don't really want to speak on it, but I got some good things coming in my way. So when both of my feet is in the door, I'm gonna share with everybody. But I got some good things coming my way.
How's your vacation? You went on vacation, right?
Oh yes, I went to Virginia with my sister for her birthday. That was a good little weekend getaway.
Nice.
Today I celebrated Maya's birthday. So
happy birthday, Maya.
Happy birthday, God baby.
Thank you.
The big 6. That's what's up.
Yes.
I didn't realize you was pregnant at the same time because Kai about to be 6 too next month.
Oh yeah.
I think we all was just kind of popping them out back to back, kind of for like a year or some shit.
Yeah. And I think she was due. Was it? No, it was Mason that was due on Kai's birthday and Cassidy's birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. How about you, Shauna?
My couple of weeks have been great. As you know, I finished school, and then after that, this past week I didn't do anything, right? So I'm like getting back into the I had to take time off for myself, and I was so depressed. I was so
Wait, why? Because you took time off for yourself?
Yeah, this week.
You was bored?
No, I just was crying. Like every other day I was crying, and I'm just like, I guess it's okay. Like I just need to cry. So I was crying most of the week. But then on Friday, I cleaned my house and staged it and everything. So now I'm coming back to me. If that makes sense.
Definitely.
So it's gonna be a great week coming up.
I think you was just going so hard for mad long that you finally got that moment to just kind of sit down and not do anything, and then whatever might have been bothering you probably just hit you at one time, and that was your time to just release.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all need a good cry sometimes because I'm a crybaby.
Yeah, for real.
You yell at me too loud, I'll be like, my lips start quivering and shit.
Are you sure?
Not so much anymore. The way we used to make fun of me, like you always crying.
Yo,
now I be tough and shit. Like when we be arguing and shit, and he say something to me, I be wanting to cry. I be like, I go in the room and drop a tear real quick, wipe that shit off, come back out like, what's that? Like, I haven't cried in a little minute. I've been okay.
That's good. I'm proud of you.
Thankfully.
You was a waterhead back in the day. You was.
Yes, I was, girl. You know, especially when I get drunk. I be like, I love y'all.
Straight ugly crying.
Not
like you know, pre-drunk, she crying again.
She want to have a deep conversation and shit.
Long as I know y'all friends.
How was your vacation? You was in Atlanta and stuff.
Yes,
it was nice for my sister's bachelorette party. She got married yesterday. Shout out to Kanifa.
Congratulations.
The marrieds now. It was very nice. Her friends were nice. The Airbnb was nice. The outing was nice.
That dress looked
people
good.
Mad friendly. Like we went to the Waffle House for breakfast, and this gentleman walked in with the strap and his hanging out his pants and shit. He opened the door for us and everything. I was a little nervous because you know up here niggas ain't walking around with just the strap just hanging out their sweats and stuff. So he like, good morning, y'all. Held the door for us. I'm like, thank you. Like I'm like, black man, you know, like, but it was nice. People down south so nice.
I know. They are really nice.
My nervous ass would have been like, you go first.
No, you.
I got to see what's going on.
Nah, but I was in the Waffle House sitting there like, dang, they just carry it like that. My sister like, we in the hood. I'm like, we in the hood. We was in East Point at the Waffle House. Now I don't know nothing about nothing but down there, but apparently we was in the hood. So she took us on like a little tour of like the hood and like where 2 Chainz from, where Outkast from, what school they went. So we was just kind of driving around for a little while.
Okay.
Oh, and you know what I saw?
Wow.
Her house is actually, she lives in Sonoya. Is that how you say it, Sonoya? But her house is actually around the corner from where they filmed The Walking Dead.
Really?
So she took us there. Like, it's gated, like the community where they shoot everything at. And I was like, oh my gosh. I seen the windmill. You know the windmill if you watch the show? It was I think
cool. I always wonder where they filmed that shit at.
Sonoya. The town is 6 miles long, like Plainfield. Like, it's really cute. It's a cute little town. She said little Boosie lived there. But anyway,
I don't know why I laughed, but
I don't know. It was funny that you laughed though. So today, you guys, we have an episode for you. We have 2 gentlemen joining us today. You know, before we left, we were talking about how we kind of wanted to tap in more to the male perspective and learn to get a little bit more insight into the way men think and the things that they might go through. We did have an episode like this a couple of weeks ago, but you know, you can never have too many. And we have 2 different guys, 2 different perspectives, 2 different experiences. So they are here today to, you know, kick shit with us because we can't today.
We're just kicking it today.
Okay. So we're gonna introduce our first gentleman.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I'm Steve. How you doing?
Hi, Steve.
It's either Steven, Steve, Stevie, whatever you want to call. Pick your poison. That's me.
Okay, we're gonna call you Stevie, like Stevie J. No, I'm gonna call you Steve. I ain't gonna play like that.
It's cool.
So, what's up, Steve? Tell us about yourself. How old are you? You got kids? What's up? You got a girlfriend?
No, I ain't got no girlfriend. And, I'm Steve. I'm 30. Turn 31 next month. Hallelujah.
Hey.
Oh, blessings.
And I don't have any kids. And just living life, having fun.
Do you want kids?
Yeah, I want kids one day.
Okay.
Pick the mother of your child wisely. Take
Amen.
your time, okay?
Amen.
Take your time. Know yourself. You know.
Always.
Date and get a doggy, because that's how like get an animal that y'all can share.
That's true. That's a good idea. Like you get a puppy or a cat. Well, I say more of a puppy because they're more responsibility. Cats just sleep all day. But a puppy will show you how responsible somebody is. Like, especially if you get a newborn, like when you really got to take care of it. Yeah, that's a good idea, Shauna.
That's how I kind of determined my baby dad. Now I'm a baby mama.
Done with you. Done with you. Okay, so this is Steve, guys, and we do have another guest, and we're gonna bring him on right about now. He driving. He said he was gonna stay in front of the 7-Eleven.
What? That's what
He probably like, what?
Somebody done told him to move.
They can't tell nobody to move.
He don't move, y'all. So we're gonna give him some time. But that's Don Dada. We said we're not finna call him Don Dada all night. We're gonna call him Don.
Don, right.
I was in that conversation.
There you go.
Yeah, my shit was about to die. I was trying to go get a charger, but I'm gonna rock out. I mean, I'm at like 60%, but hey.
Okay.
Yeah, I fully charged my joint before I came on.
Thanks, Steve. Like,
we planned this. This was a planned event.
Okay, Don, tell us about yourself, Don Dada.
I'm 43. I got 2 biological kids, 2 step kids that I don't really talk to as much as I used to, but you know, I'm a Scorpio. I'm semi-single. I got a little boo-boo, but you know, we seeing where that go.
Semi-single.
I love that.
Semi-single. What is that?
That's interesting.
That's how I explained it to her. Like, you know what I mean? We got a little something, but I told her she could keep her options open.
Oh man.
Well, as long as y'all got to understand it.
If that works for y'all.
Right.
Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening.
That's right.
Y'all got the understanding. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I ain't trying to mislead nobody, have them in the dark.
That's respectable.
But I'm not, also not out here looking either, so that's why I said, I mean, semi-single. I got that stand.
Same, not really looking either.
That's what's up. Well, you guys, thanks, Mom. My mom said, welcome back, ladies. Welcome, gents.
Thank you.
Hey, Miss Christina.
These are our guests for the day, and we're gonna tap into some things. So, I forget what triggered this episode, but I think it was Don. I don't. If you're friends with me on Facebook or him on Facebook, I don't know if anybody else notices, but we go back and forth a lot because I like to debate with him because our way of thinking is totally opposite. So he be trying to send me, and I'd be like, but no, because this. But sometimes he be right. You feel me? And if he's right, most of the times I just like delete his comments or something.
I ain't even that part.
But
he's saying
yeah, so I forget what the post was that we were talking about, but it sparked this episode because I think that he has a really good way of thinking. Like, I ain't gonna say it's bad, but interesting way of thinking from a male's perspective. And then Steve, on the other hand, him and I have been Facebook friends for some years, and we went to school together. And Steve is I wouldn't say you like mad vocal on Facebook, but the things that he shares he presents himself as being pretty open to certain things, like topics or whatever. So I thought these were 2 good personalities to have on today. And Steve actually suggested mad good topics. So I don't know if we're going to touch on all of them tonight, but we did pick our top 3. So do you guys want to, anybody on here, guys, ladies, want to pick the first topic that you guys want to discuss?
Nah, let's just jump right into it.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Any, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a
Girl.
tongue. Got it.
Whatever works.
We ain't put our feet in a circle.
Oh, shut up. Put your finger to the screen.
The bubble gum one or something like that.
Oh my god.
Okay, so our first topic that we would like to discuss is childhood trauma that men face. We always talk about things we've been through, like especially on a podcast or amongst each other or women in general, but we never really hear about trauma that men may go through, because I'm sure there is trauma that men, I'm 100% sure, but a lot of guys are not very vocal about it. You know, it kind of makes them harden, tough exterior, and a lot of people don't know that they went through something. So because they don't talk about it. So do you guys have any stories or trauma or advice that you guys would like to share?
Don, you want to go first or should I?
Yeah, you go, 'cause I don't know how I'm gonna come at it. Now, I don't really have no trauma that I can think of, but go ahead.
I'm gonna start from birth, and maybe trauma is a strong word, but there's a lot of challenges that come with being a male. It starts from birth. I don't know. Everybody wasn't gifted with a two-family home, so 9 times out of 10, you're being raised by your mother, and there's pressure with that because you're taught young. Oh, you have to be the man of the house. You have to really have this sort of responsibility. Of course, you're a kid, and I'm sure your mother's gonna let you be a kid, but it's also that responsibility of you being a man of the house. And when you don't have a father, you look for male role models somewhere else, whether it's an uncle or a cousin or a big brother or certain teachers at school. And sometimes the role models you pick ain't sometimes the right role model.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of childhood traumas that go with that.
Now, I definitely noticed the lack of male leadership in my life because I had cousins and uncles and shit, but like probably after the age of 8, 9, I wasn't seeing my father like that. So it was always, I'm stopping by to get some school clothes money. I ain't got it, boo. You know what I mean? He all drunk in the bed. So after a while, that was that. Like, it definitely was hella women in the house between aunts and cousins and mother, grandmother. So that's why I feel I'm so in tune with women and can go back and forth with Sabrina the way I do, because I'm like, I know y'all.
Yeah, the women in my family stay strong always.
So, with that being said, I have a great question, and I don't know. Nah, don't do me like that.
You here with the spotlight?
I'm trying to be fancy and stuff.
I was like for a long time too, and I woke up. No, do that. They know I was like. So, with that being said, why do you feel like with all the trauma that men go through, whatever the case may be, and being raised by so many women, why is it that like a lot of men don't step up and like play their part as a father, or
I don't know how. Who taught them?
they don't know how? Okay, but I feel like we don't know how to be mothers neither when we first begin to become a mom. Everything is taught by experience.
A lot of women in your life that you've seen, or a lot of mothers you've seen before you became one. So it was a different.
And it depends on. I'm sorry to cut you off. And it depends on who you're raised by.
Exactly.
A lot of these men that become fathers don't have any morals.
Okay.
Morals is a human thing. That's not a man thing or a woman thing.
Right.
Morals and values, that's a human thing.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these men that become fathers don't have morals. Well, they was taught morals, but as you get older, when you're embarking on your journey in life, you either choose to keep those morals, either update your morals, or push those morals to the side. Unfortunately, that's what people do.
Okay.
A lot of people.
Because I always notice and I always hear a lot like, oh, like I was raised by a single mom, or you see a lot of men raised by single moms, but then they leave the mother. Not even like not even more of a single mom type of point of view, but just saying like then they leave the father, the mother of their child to struggle by herself. Not saying like you got to be in a relationship. No, that's not. You don't have to do that. But like you leave, but then you help as much as you feel as though that you want to help, knowing that it's more to it because you grew up in that situation in a type of in the same type of situation. I guess I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
I could never understand a man not want to be in his kid's life because I can't. Like my father wasn't in my life, but shit, I'm always with mine. Like I don't get that. Like I got maybe one or two niggas that's like that, but majority of my niggas we fathers. Like nah, we be in my yard with all our kids. Like I never understand a man not taking care of his kids. I don't get that. I can't.
Yeah.
Right.
I personally can't be that, and I don't have children, so I don't know that experience yet. But I personally can't. Like I hated my father all my life. Like he passed away with me hating him. Like I hated my father, and I had to learn to let that hate and hurt go because it was being self-destructive.
Exactly.
Now, when you say you hated your father, you hated him because he was not involved, or was it something else?
Something
You don't
else.
have to discuss it. I'm just asking.
Because he wasn't involved.
Hmm.
He wasn't involved. He wasn't involved as much as he should have. And it's not like I had a mother that was like, "Oh, you can't see your kids." No, the door was always open. You had every phone number that I ever had. So
Well,
if you really wanted to make an effort, you could have.
So what I learned when my dad died, and I learned from my great aunt actually, is that like he kind of felt as though that he didn't know how to be a father, so he just stayed away from. He kind of just like threw it away. You know what I mean? Not yeah. He kind of just was like, hey, like it's not something I know how to do, and like
Mm.
I don't. So I just stayed away, which that's honestly not an excuse because none of us know how to do anything until we try to do it. But then
right.
at that point, like my stepdad came and then he was doing such a great job, like it wasn't no need for me to step in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
He already took over. You know what I
I
mean?
was gonna say something similar to what you said your great aunt told you. Like I think that once children get to a certain age, that a lot of parents feel as though I don't want to enter their life when they seem good and cause any destruction because I don't know how to be what they need me to be. So a lot of times I think people think leave well enough alone.
Mm-hmm.
But as a child, there's always that empty or missing part of you that's wondering or longing or wanting from what you're missing.
Right.
So this is a good topic because I'll be kind of wondering if this is something that my daughter goes through, because Wade has been in her life since she was 2.5, 3 years old. She's 13 now, so he's always been there. And her dad, not really like her biological father, but she doesn't really talk about it. When I do talk to her about it, she's just kind of like, teenagers, like they seem like, oh, it doesn't bother her, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, I really think that it might bother you, but you don't know how to vocalize it.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how you're feeling or what you're feeling like. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I'm trying to. That's what
Because
I'm trying to tap into with her now.
that's not me. I don't have no hatred toward my father. I kind of have no feeling. Like I seen him every now and then. He's not dead. Like I'll be walking downtown sometime and hey boo, I'm like, what up, old man? Like it's nothing to me. I pound him up. I go about my business, but I don't know. Like my
Wait, you
boy,
said boot?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm asking because it's a guy that be riding on 3rd Street. His name Uncle Boot.
I'm
Is
not
that your dad?
with my cousin now, but I ain't seen him in maybe about 4 years. When I did see him, it was just
Okay,
I
okay.
So being
was somebody. My father out of here.
so when I was growing up, like I kind of like once my mom and my stepdad started having kids, you kind of like I kind of seen like they probably didn't like try to purposely see that it was different, but I kind of felt that it was like different type of love because like those are his kids. Like speaking on what you was just talking about, and
Mhm.
like I like for the longest time I just felt like I didn't accept my stepdad for a while. Like even as I started getting older, like I respected him, but in the back of my mind I always had some type of resentment. When like my dad's gonna come one day, like my dad's gonna come and like we gonna do this and whatever the case may be. But he never came, and like it became to a point where like we really didn't get like a really good bond until like I was older. Like that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
so I don't know. She couldn't.
Like for me, I'm like the opposite. Like my father was always there. Like I'm a daddy's girl, but it's like now that he's gone, like I'm so angry inside because it's like he kept some things away from me. Like I just found out I have like two older brothers and I just found them a year ago.
Hmm.
And I'm 37. So it's like, dang, like why you ain't tell me? He was always in my life, but why I didn't know about my brothers? Like,
Yeah,
so it's the
that's
opposite for me.
Yeah. And then it sucks because you can't get the answers to those questions, you know. Um but the best part about it is that you found them and now you could probably learn more about your dad from them. Like the way they knew him, the way you knew him, they could learn from you. You could vice versa,
Right.
you know. But that is a good question. Like, why don't parents? I think that they try to protect us from a lot of things, by not telling us. Because both of my parents call me emotional all the time. Like, I think they don't be saying a lot of stuff to me, or if they do, they don't say it how they want to say it because they think I'm gonna react a certain way. Which 9 times out of 10 I probably am. But that's just because I'm just vocal. Like, I
yeah,
just if it make me cry, I'm finna cry about it. If it make me angry, I'm finna be angry. Like, that's just if I got an attitude, I'm gonna have an attitude. Me and my dad just got into a bad argument. Like we ain't talked for like a month until recently, which is very unlike him and I. And me and my mom, we talk every day, so it's different. But
Mhm.
you know, I don't know. Like I just feel like I wish that a lot of our men felt comfortable enough to talk, just to simply talk, to just say how they feel, or find a woman that they feel vulnerable enough to share with. Because a lot of women don't make men feel like they have a safe space,
Right.
yeah.
So that's another thing too. Like I think a lot of men don't like to be vulnerable with women because they feel like she might use it against them, or they might look weak, or they might look like less of a man if they shed a tear, or if they vocalize how something made them feel, or and I hate that. Like I hate that for them to think like that, because there are women out here who want you to get it out, like release that. Don't hold on to it, because the longer you hold it, it's gonna walk with you all your life, and you don't know what doors you could be blocking because you got these barriers up that you not allowing yourself to just walk through different paths of life.
You know what I realized with that is that from like speaking of childhood, like a lot of moms, I don't want to say moms, but I noticed like a lot of parents don't allow their kids to be vocal with them. They don't allow them to be vocal with them, so now they feel as though they can't speak up or they can't talk. So as they get older, it's just like no one's going to listen to me anyway, or I mean, how can I talk to this person, or whatever the case may be. So like I think that's a lot of reasons why some men just don't want to talk, because if you really look at it, sometimes once you with that right person, even if it's a friend, it don't even gotta be a lover. Men will sit and talk to you. Like they'll
Mhm.
open up, they'll like if they're comfortable. But I also notice too, women are trifling. Like
Very.
some women can be very, very trifling. And what they'll do is they'll take whatever you're talking to them about and throw it like say y'all not together or whatever the situation is. They'll tell people like that's messed up, because the same loyalty you give to your friend in like far as conversations, I feel like you should give it to the man that's trusting you, because it's already like I feel like men is already like have like a boundary against women already. Like I can't trust her, and they making it harder, which has for men as well too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
Because my
sure.
trust is all messed up right now. Like,
Mhm.
so I think that's what it
And
is.
it sucks that something as simple as communication is such a big thing to where we feel like we can't talk to people because so many people are just loose with the mouth or untrustworthy or just their intentions just aren't good. Like I think talking is the best thing ever. It could solve so many problems and future problems, current problems. But if a person sometimes people just be closed because they
Yeah,
just never talked or never
yeah,
wanted to talk or never had nobody ask them how they felt or they don't know how to talk because like I said nobody ever asked them how they felt, so now it's like why you want to talk to me, like why are you trying to get me to say how I feel, like how do I feel, I don't know how I feel. I think a lot of times talking for some guys makes them tap into spaces that they really never tapped into or might be uncomfortable tapping into because they don't know what kind of place mentally, emotionally that is going to put them in. I could be wrong. This is just my perspective from my personal situation. You
And
know?
I'm. It took me a while to get to where I'm at as far as being open and vocal about my emotions or what I'm going through or everything. Because during my relationship, I wasn't that.
Mhm.
I wasn't emotionally there the way I needed to be. And a lot of times I wasn't physically there the way I needed to be. I feel like I had to go through that to get to where I am now. And I'm ashamed that I had to put her through that. But I guess in hindsight, I had to go through that to learn that.
Yeah,
yeah. That makes perfect sense. Respect.
that's a lot of things you got to go through. Experience is the best teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You're not ever going to learn something without going through it. Like
Mhm.
you can't learn to put an oven mitt on until you take a pan out of the oven with a bare hand, you get burnt.
Right.
Like you gotta go through some things to know, okay, I don't like that. I don't like that reaction that it caused. I don't like the way I acted. I don't like the way it made me feel. I don't like the way it made the person feel. And now that I know this, I'm gonna try to be better so that moving forward in my next situation, I can not do that.
Right.
It's so much easier said than done because a lot of us be stuck in our ways, like,
Yep.
when it comes to certain things. And it really is a challenge. It's something that you constantly got to work through. Like, change don't happen overnight. You're not going to get somebody to talk to you one day and then expect them to talk to you every day after that. Like, it's baby steps with everything,
Right.
changing behaviors, right?
Change behavior.
Yeah. What you think, Don Dada?
Lately, I've been opening up. I usually shut down. Like I'm a good judge of character, so I know who I can say what to. Like the person I'm talking to right now, the, this conversation we had, shit was just so open, and it started from a Facebook post, a comment that I made. She did what you did, hit me in the inbox, and like, what? That's how you feel, and like, she just like called me, and we just started talking. It's been damn near 3 months, and talking every day, but we just open. Like, she's too open with me. Like certain shit she said, I'm like, God damn, like, and I stay in my head, so it's only so much I'm gonna take when somebody say, and I don't know, I'm just different. Like I tell her a lot because she done told me a lot. I'm like, damn, I can trust you with shit. But
Mhm.
Right.
motherfuckers, I'm shutting down. You don't need this info. I don't know what you're gonna do with it.
Now, when you say too open, what do you mean too open?
I was definitely about
How
to
can
ask that
somebody be
too.
too open? Like
Yeah.
certain things you would rather not hear.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm a type that don't want to hear about other niggas you've been with. I don't care unless it's like
Okay.
trauma type shit and the nigga hurt you. So, all right, boom. But anything else, I don't give a fuck about your exes. They serve no purpose in this conversation. Why are you telling me this? Like that's
Nah, I respect that. Yeah.
No, for
Yeah.
real.
we could be
That
having
is a little. That is a little too much.
before.
Because it's not really a need to compare and contrast. That was then, this is now. We're different, clearly. So, there's no reason to bring up somebody else
Right.
unless you feel as though I'm acting in a certain manner. But still,
I mean,
even then, you don't gotta bring it up. You could just be like, I don't like that.
Right. I feel like I'm too honest. like in certain situations. So I hate when somebody call me a liar because I feel like I'm really honest. Like I can be too honest sometimes, and they be like, "All right, Shauna, like chill. Like now you're doing too much." You know what I mean? But like you know what it is? Because I hate when a grown person lie. I hate when people lie. Period. But like to be grown and be lying about stuff, like why are you lying? You know what I mean? Like, and that
And I'm
really,
honest, so I definitely don't be lying to a motherfucker. I don't want to keep nobody in the dark, and I'm too old to be trying to live up to a lie. So I
that's
know my honesty is
Yeah.
to the roof. People be like, "You just said that?" Yeah, I mean, fuck it. But
That's definitely you.
yeah. I was about to say that is how I feel sometimes. Like they're like, "All right, chill, Shauna."
mhm.
But no, that's
I
awesome.
lie about playful shit. Like if you turn your head and I take one of your cookies and you turn around and be like, "Did you eat my cookie?" I'll be like, "No." I lie about playful shit
I
like
know
that.
the artist
I don't lie about like serious shit.
Yeah.
words gonna
Yeah.
come back.
No,
Nah,
that
that's
makes
good because a liar is a bad thing. I feel like once you lie, I think
Everything.
that everything changes. Like
I
Yep.
ain't gonna believe
the
nothing
way
you
a
say.
person, especially depending on what you done lied about. Like, especially, I'm the type of person I'm gonna give you the floor. 9 times out of 10, if I'm asking about something, I already know. So I'm gonna give you the opportunity before I just come crazy to just be like, okay, so da 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 da. Now, if you're gonna lie to my face, that's when I'm gonna react.
Oh yeah, that's
And
a trap.
Men know that
but
though.
now I feel like you playing with my intelligence. Why you want to play with me?
Yeah.
Why you want to bring me to that place? You know that I'm finna go cuckoo. Like, why you want to do that?
But I hate feeling like I'm dumb. Like, don't make me feel like I'm dumb because I know I'm dumb. Like,
Or when a motherfucker be like, yo, I swear to God, da 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 da. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I know you ain't just swearing the Lord. I know you're not playing with God like that.
and
Be
you better
lying
have
about the littlest things. Be
It's,
lying.
That's
it's
the
plenty of niggas
smallest
that's gonna have to
thing.
pay for that in the afterlife.
right.
Plenty of niggas that's gonna have to pay for that.
And don't
People
even be
swearing
like, I
on
put
their
it on my
churn and
kids, bro.
everything. Like, oh Lord.
I don't even
Mm-hmm.
believe niggas when they be like, I put it on my kids, bro. I don't even care. Because if you care that
You
much,
don't
you would
even
never
like
put
your
it on
kids
your
like
kids.
that. You
Facts.
don't even like your kids like that. If you putting it on them.
Right,
Like,
right. So don't even do that.
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh my
Okay, I
goodness.
think we could get to the
I was
next
about to say, what's the next question?
question. The
I'm
next
getting hot.
question is the ideal image of what men think a man is versus what society's definition of what a man is. I'm excited about this one.
I'm gonna press mute on this.
the
And
ideal
why?
image of what men think is being a protector and a provider and have no emotions.
Fact.
That's what the male community think a man is. You have no emotions. You're a protector and you're a provider. I agree with 2 out of 3 of that. But what the male community fail to realize is that those emotions is gonna come out in some way. They're gonna come out either in a
Hold them.
positive way, a negative way, and a destructive way.
Right.
Obviously, negative and destructive is the same thing, but destructive, that's like a whole nother level.
Because anger is an emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
That is true.
Don.
Now I'm thinking different. I mean, I'm all for the provide and protect, definitely protect. But who am I providing for is my shit. I don't feel I should have to provide for an adult. I have children to provide for. So, as far as providing, meaning I'm just going to take care of a woman, pay all her bills, that'll never happen. Like, that's just how I feel. We're a team. So, I'm not all for 50-50, but it's going to be 70-30, 80-20, something. I'll provide for my children and I'll provide for the house, but I'm just not, I don't, and that might be because my father wasn't in my life, but I don't feel that, because this is me. If women want an old fashioned man, they should be old fashioned themselves, and they're not.
Okay. Now, this is why I was excited for him specifically because he talks about this a lot. Who just left? Oh, Shauna left. She'll be back, guys. Hey, Kiara. Now, what you just said, about you have children, of course, that's your responsibility. You got to provide for your children. You don't feel like you should have to provide for a grown person. So what you're saying, like you said, if I'm not mistaken, you're not saying it has to be 50-50, but at least 80-20 or 70-30. Like she has to be doing something
Yes.
in order for to make the household run together. Okay, I'm not in disagreement with that. See, you ain't never said that on Facebook before. You just was like, I ain't paying nobody bills.
That was just the comment you skipped. You know what I mean? Because I definitely put it out there like that.
Bree, you switched up. You switched up.
You switching up. You switching up on Javon's part.
I say, what did you see me say that contradicts what I just said?
I just basically saw you say that you're not paying nobody bills. Like you're not taking care of everything in the household. And I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. Like, but you ain't never I never seen you say she gotta just be doing something, like it gotta be like 30-70. I thought you just meant
Thought I
like
wanted 50 or she more than me. Nah. I mean, I definitely should do more, but you're not just gonna sit around the house and I'm doing everything. Nah.
So
I'm
what
paying
is
the
sitting
rent,
around the house?
if I'm
Okay,
paying the
wait, we
rent,
have a
you
comment.
can at
We
least
have
pay
a
the
comment.
utility.
World that you gotta clean and cook you cook every day, but ain't that much cleaning. The house shouldn't be dirty every single day.
Who is
So
that?
Oh,
Okay, we're gonna
I
get us
don't
to some
believe in
things.
that.
We're gonna get us to some things.
Shit, with
Hold
these
on, time out.
kids, yes, they.
you
I
let
don't believe in that the woman that gotta cook every day. I don't believe in that.
I mean I cook
Amen.
We can take
every
turns. We can
day.
take turns of cooking.
Word, Vaughn.
Amen.
So
Because I don't cook Fridays and Saturdays.
definitely not
Yeah.
Shit.
a
Oh yeah,
kitchen
yeah. That's
type
takeout
Monday
day.
through
That's
Thursday.
takeout day.
That's it. Okay, we have a comment. Okay. Kiara Pretty says, we can't be old fashioned. It's 2022. Everyone's mindset is different and the world has changed. And I definitely agree. It's a team effort, 50-50.
I agree.
definitely in the minority because most women just want the man to do everything.
I wouldn't say I want the man, me personally, I wouldn't say that I want the man to do everything. I have been in my current relationship in a predicament where I just wasn't, like when Corona happened and I was waiting for unemployment and things needed to keep going. They kept going because he kept taking care of them. Or the way our household has been set up, oh, you pay the rent and I'll pay the this, and that and get the groceries. Like, it depends on how everything is set up that's going to work for y'all, because you definitely don't want the other person to just be walking around. You don't want somebody to work so hard and then not have nothing at the end of the day. You
I
know?
say relationship is its own story. Like I can't tell you how to run your house. Like it's whatever works in that relationship. That's
Mm-hmm.
why other people speaking like, oh, they doing this. No, that's what they want to do. Like, how are you speaking of a relationship unless they're coming to you with their problems? Like, that's different. But just to have an opinion on it, or he should be doing that's none of your business.
Right.
Right. Now
I mean,
that I agree on. Whatever works for your household.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna just say this because maybe I'm not a woman, so I can't speak for women. But I think a woman just want a man that's stable. I just think that a woman, like God forbid, if something happens to her, like she lose her job or she got to take maternity leave and her job not try to pay her for that maternity leave, the man's gonna hold it down until she's able to get back on her feet and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That
what I personally think.
definitely, you fall off. Whoever falls off, the other should be able to help. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And
Right.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
That's all. It's a team effort.
And,
Kiera
and when
said,
a man go back to our question, and when a man falls off, we think we're weak. We think we're unfit.
mm-hmm.
Like it's a lot of things when it comes to providing with a man because we think we're not worthy when
Exactly.
we're not able to provide.
Do you think you feel that way because like you're in like because in your mind like, you think you're meant to provide? Because I feel like men could be stay home dads too. Like in a new day and age, like I feel as though that it's okay if a man wants to take a break from work, and because of the mindset of you feel as though you have to provide all the time. So I feel like if you have a strong woman on your side and she's willing to do all this, you know what I mean? Why we can't change
Switch
places?
roles.
Yeah, switch roles. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Like I said, it's all team effort. Like it shouldn't be just one person doing everything.
But I feel like
Now,
women feel as though they can't stay home. They feel as though like, oh, I don't want to stay home. I'm not about to be staying home with these kids because, like, as we all know, as adults, like, men can't handle the kids the way the men can't handle the household the way the mama handle the household. Not saying that they can't handle the household, but like they like to them, it like it's totally different, like a
I
totally
mean,
different experience.
yeah, the ones that do, they just exceptions to the rules. It's not
Oh,
meant
I
for
100% agree.
kids all day.
Right.
I 100% agree. It's a certain magic touch that y'all women have that us men don't.
Word is bond.
I think
Right.
it's patience.
Yeah,
I
I was.
think the
I
magic
think it
touch
start with
is
a P.
patience.
It start with a P. It's a P word.
It's
Patience.
pushing patience.
Yeah.
Pushing patience. I like
My
that.
bitch was wearing real thin today with my daughter. Like, god damn, I was going through it. The
Yeah,
side front messing up and I'm like, oh god damn. Like, so I know. I
yeah.
know.
It's
Y'all, I want to apologize
patience.
if my background is
But
loud. I live with niggas. I have roommates. They're annoying sometimes. I apologize if it's like loud in my background.
It's okay. Just utilize your mute button and all is well.
Got you.
I think that a lot of women nowadays are the breadwinners, the go-getters. I feel like when it comes to the old fashioned that we talk about, a lot of the times the roles have been switched with some of the women. I feel like a lot of women feel like it's hard for them to find a guy who could that is their match equally when it comes to financial stability. Cause not for nothing, you know, I don't think women want, you know what, some women want a guy that makes more than them, you know, like you said, that's able to hold it down if they fall off or whatever the case may be, or just want somebody that's able to just give them whenever they want. And a lot of the times I think that's unrealistic because people have their own responsibilities outside of the relationship or the friendship or whatever it is.
Mhm.
But I think that a lot of women struggle with finding somebody on their level because let's like just keep it real. Like a lot of these guys out here these days, a lot, not all, but a lot of them, they be users, just like some women be users. Like
Yeah.
some of these guys be gold diggers. Some of these guys want to use you for your car, want to use you for your place to stay, want to act like Jody, dropping you off and picking you up so he could go with Keisha and be leaving magnums in the back seat. Like that's just unacceptable. So I feel like that makes a lot of women reluctant to dating because they don't know what they're gonna get. You know, anybody could present themselves as a diamond, and then when you get to know them, you just realize that they just a little rusty old rock. Like,
Right.
you know, it just you got to take that time and you start seeing different patterns of people to know who they really are. So, what do y'all think about the guys that are users that are lazy that just want to use a woman for what she had because they out there.
It's a lot of
Karma,
them.
karma is gonna bite them niggas in the ass.
That's
No.
all. Put up
Karma's gonna bite them niggas on the ass. What you do onto others, it will be done onto you. Like it's just that simple. It's
Yeah.
that simple. You're a piece of shit to somebody, and you want them back because they finally had enough. They're gonna be like, "Oh nah, I don't want that. I'm cool. I'm living my life."
word.
But it's always up to the person to realize that, yo, this person is using me. I gotta get out. No matter how much I love them, I gotta get out. And who knows? Maybe when you get out that relationship and that person starts to work on themselves, become a better person, maybe y'all could come back, and the circumstances would be different.
You know, but a situation like that, like when, like, say somebody come into the situation like thinking about to use you, real I can't speak for everybody, but like sometimes you get that feeling. You're like, okay, so this nigga ain't go to work, he ain't got no job. All right. So you either could push that person to be a better person and help him, help him change his ways. Cause like everybody you meet them for a reason in order to help build you, change you, or y'all work together to, fix each other. So if that's the situation, be like, all right, so listen, in order for us to be doing this, you're gonna need to be doing this. And if they really like you do have some people who start changing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go get a job. I'm gonna help you pay a light bill or some shit like that. And they ain't even living there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so it really depends on the woman too, because I love women. I love all of us, but it is some bum ass some bum ass women out here for real. Like they will suck the soul out of a nigga for real. Like they'll take a good guy with good intentions, and they could just be down at that moment in time, and just keep kicking them while they down. Like I don't like that, because at the end of the day, we all have our ups and downs, men, women, whatever, them, they. Because I'm working on that.
But both men and women who do that ain't happy with themselves. That's why they drain people's energy.
Or they have a woman who was so busy catering to them and giving them that they think they could go on to the next woman and keep the cycle going. But like you gotta be that woman like, not here. We ain't doing that. Like this is good. You got good qualities, but it ain't that good that you about to be living here rent free. Or you even living here. You was only supposed to come stay the night and go.
You've been here for 3 weeks. What's going on?
Like more of the story, you have to, as a partner in a relationship, you also have to try to be more of an asset and not as much as a liability.
Exactly.
I think that both people should have that mind state.
Yeah.
To where you I don't think we should ever go into a relationship or a new partnership, friendship, getting to know somebody, dating somebody, expecting too much of that person. Because at that point, you still getting to know each other. You don't know what people are capable of doing or what you're capable of doing for them. So I think certain expectations should definitely be non-existent until you reach a certain stage. Because, these days, like I be saying to myself, like from watching Facebook and Instagram, and like I've been in a relationship for a long time. I said if I was to be single, I think I'd probably be single for a long time, because I don't know how to ask no guy for money. Like I don't know how they be doing it. Like how do you get the stuff that you like? How you get your rent paid? Because my stuff just get, I've been with this person since we was 23. We moved into our own apartment, our first apartment together. Like everything been together. It's nothing that we've done apart. So if we were to ever separate, everything from that point on would be our first time to get on our own. So I said I wouldn't know how to do it. Like I'd probably be out here really struggling, because I can't fix my lips to be like, my phone about to be off, or my rent backed up. Like, not saying that there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, I think that a lot of women these days be having these.
Oh no, she said her phone was about to go off. But no, but back to what she's saying. Yeah, I can't ask for nothing. I don't know what it is. Just
my bad.
Yeah, I can't ask for nothing either. Like either you or we gonna figure it out. Because like, I don't know what it is. But it's crazy. My mom always said, you better like use your mouth to ask for things, because a man ain't gonna waste his time asking you for anything that he want, which is a fact.
That's true. That's very true.
What do men want?
Person, be careful what you ask me for. Don't ask me for nothing that I can't ask you for. Straight like that. That's anybody.
Right.
Men, woman, friend. Like if I can't get $500 from you, don't dare ask me for $500. Like if I can't get $20 from you, don't ask me for $20. I'm just that person. Like I do unto people, like you said. Like if I know that you're gonna look me out, I have no problem with helping anybody. But if I feel like when that favor need to be turned around, I'm gonna have to be waiting or asking multiple times, or then we can't. I'm sorry.
A lot of women think because they had sex with you, you're obligated to do those things. So that's not like where I'm asking something that you ask back for. So what's your take on that? Just women who think just because they fucking, he's entitled to do things and pay this and all of that.
See, women like that is weird. Like, if that's not your agreement at the beginning of the situation before any draws was dropped, I don't feel as though that like she like you know what I mean. But that's some women are just like that. But me personally, I'm sitting down right from the beginning what it is, what it's not, what we gonna do, what we not gonna do. You know how far we going into the situation. You know what I mean? Because
Mm.
if you just a hump, you just a hump. I mean, we don't even need to. You don't even need my number. We don't even need to communicate. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
no, because like I like that's how I've been. Like now that I've been dating. Well, I'm not dating at the moment, but like when I was dating for a little bit, like this one dude was like, "You acting like a nigga," but like, how am I acting like a nigga? I'm just protecting myself like as if you was to be protecting yourself as well. You feel me? Like I know what I want and I know what I don't want, and I know I don't want more than what I hit you up for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
We don't need to do none of that. Like, come drop them drawers and go. Say now.
Okay, tooted and booted.
I did. That be my my mind frame most of the time. So I get it. But
That's
that's why
what
I
I
saying you thinking like a nigga or acting like a nigga because that's how we.
right.
Exactly. And men are intimidated by that though. They be like, oh nah, like you
Because
know what
they're
I mean?
so used to these women wanting, or you got the guy that think that he could just throw the money at you and expect that you gonna be this type of way with him. First of
Oh,
all,
that's a nasty nigga right there.
that's a trick. Sex is platonic. Two people are in agreement to have sex with each other, then that's just what it is. That's what I meant by certain expectations should be just non-existent. Just because you having sex with somebody does not mean they're obligated to do anything for you but what they're doing for you in the moment of sex.
That's a
Unless,
fact.
like I said, you guys have an agreement otherwise. I'm not gonna have sex with somebody on Monday and think that they're supposed to call me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
You know, don't
Like,
call me.
it's just unrealistic. I'm not expecting for you to take care of me. I'm not expecting for you to give me anything. That's just never been the type of time that I've been on.
Yeah,
Like,
no. Because I
I
know
don't
what
know.
I
I
bring
just
to the
think
table.
that women these days are very strange and they make it hard for certain type of females to date because most of the guys that you probably run into expect for you to be like this when you're really like that. So now you corny because I'm not about to just throw this at you because you
Mhm.
got this or you could give me that. I actually want you to get to know me or I want to get to know you
Yeah.
and see what we about before I just be tooting it and booting it and dropping it
Right.
and dotting it and bopping it. Like, what's wrong
It's
with
A
it?
man, a
Corny.
man will go after a woman how she projects herself.
That's
And what
what
I
I
mean by that is if you giving whole vibes and whole behavior, he's gonna think like that and think he's just gonna get the draws.
right.
If you're a woman
Mhm.
with self respect
He
and
probably
you
not
like,
even
oh
gonna
no,
try to get
I
at
don't
you.
take no shit. I don't take no shit. Then he gonna address you as such. But
Right.
there's some niggas out here also that don't give a fuck about either or, and gonna try to see if she a hoe regardless.
right.
Right. Right. Kiara did leave a comment. She says, "What are the qualities you look for in a partner?"
Okay. So everyone should go around and answer this question. That's
Gotta be independent. Don't rely on me. You know what I mean? She gotta be honest. Can't be no love hopper. You know what I mean? You can't just be a grabber. That's about it. Like, don't like. I always say this, I don't like women as a whole. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They just annoy me. Like their entitlement. Like I just don't get it. Now it ain't all women, but it's what I see. I know for a fact, never all of anything, but the majority. God damn. That's why I talk how I talk and post how I post because this is what I'm seeing. So the people
Yeah.
that offended by my post, like, oh, this is you because only hit dogs holler. So
Mm-hmm.
it's so
And I
funny.
be go ahead.
It's so funny you said that because I was just talking to my uncle the other day. He was like, um, women no he specifically said black women feel as though that they are so independent that they don't need a man, so they push men away. And I don't think that's the it's not that we feel as though that we're more independent, and it's not just a black woman thing because I know and like many other races that's very independent. It's just that I feel as though that we can't trust men as much, or like men aren't as reliable as they once were at some point, that like we feel as though that we do have to do things on ourselves for ourselves, especially when you're a mom. Like, because at the end of the day, if everything falls apart, mom got to pick up the pieces and figure it out. You understand what I'm saying? Not shooting down any dad, but I'm just saying like we like it's not just us. So yes, we do come off more independent because we have a whole nother future to take care of, or we do it's not we're not just doing it for ourselves.
You know that's by design, though. Like if we're gonna get deeper, the
Go
crack era,
ahead.
all of that. Like we ain't been the same since the '80s,
And
and
realistically, everybody keeps saying about. I would definitely want to like speak on the qualities and whatever, but everybody keeps saying like the old days. But realistically, back in the day, men was out there getting the money and women was staying home. But men was also cheating and women
exactly.
was allowing their men to cheat
Family
out.
on the other side of town, but you know what I mean. He took care of shit. He might have paid two household bills, but the
Yeah.
one
But he was hurting and he was a drunk down at the juke joint, rubbing on Celia and them. Like,
Juke joint.
Not silly.
room ain't had no say so on nothing. He came and go as he pleased. Like, yo, this do y'all really want to go back to that? Because if I
yeah,
pay everything, that's how I'm moving. I'm doing what
I
the fuck
say
I
that all
want.
the time. Like, I don't want nothing to be how it used to be because at the end of the day, it was a whole different lifestyle back in the day. Women didn't even have, they couldn't even wear what they wanted to wear. They was in gowns all day. Like, so
Exactly.
realistically, I hate when they
Cooking
try to
and
compare it.
baking and hanging clothes on the line
They
and
had no
getting the
social life
car,
at
the
all.
supper ready and ringing the bell for the kids to come in and eat
Right.
and making the husband plate and sitting on the stove. So when he come in and lay his dirty ass boots down, all he gotta do is eat and watch. Then you go lay in the bed and let him do his job, and then you go to sleep and you repeat the same thing over and over again.
I can't do that.
Hell no.
I'm team work. Do you hear me? Oh, you want to go to work? Oh, I got to make this food. Oh, okay. I'm about to. Can somebody come do these? Listen, no. Mm-mm.
But
Anytime
realistically,
that's what I bring up. What about when he was bring out the bad shit of the old fashioned man? Not
yeah.
just hate on
Beating on them like crazy, and you ain't had nobody to talk to. Nobody to talk to because you
And
ain't have
you bet
no
not say nothing. You bet not go next door to Shirley house and say Shirley.
show.
Yeah.
I know what's going on in the household. So no, I don't like anything about back in the day because realistically, they was trapped in their own minds, in their own head, doing everything else except for what they wanted to do. So yes, I'm a proudly independent black woman, and I like to talk, like you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
okay, just because like he just talking like that and all that other stuff.
No,
No.
that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Nah, but I definitely agree with both of y'all. Things are different. I just feel like we compare things so much to back in the day without really knowing what back in the day really was because we ain't lived there. We ain't lived in that time, and our grannies wasn't really giving us the real spill on what they went through. We just knew that grandma and granddad got married when they was 16. They had 9 children. They died, married, and we think that's ideal.
It
Not
was a
knowing
whole bunch of
Granddaddy
secrets and
did have
lies.
a family over there in Trenton, and
Mm-hmm.
Grandma knew about it, and the kids used to come over
Exactly what it was.
weekends and stuff. But we thought those was our aunts and uncles. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, it was a
Right.
bunch of secrets,
Like,
lies.
Oh yeah, Nana knew, and Sister Quita at the
oh
church
yeah,
knew
Nana
too.
definitely knew
She
about
knew
Sister
exactly where the
Shaq.
house
Sister
was
Quita
and all.
definitely knew too.
That's
Everybody
like
knew.
He Was By You,
Mhm.
the movie when he was cheating with the girl at the juke joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Y'all think what you call it ain't know? That's why she was sitting there stressed out. Made her daughter go to bed. Like you ain't gonna be waiting up for daddy no more. I'm finna wait up for him
That's a
because
fact.
he ain't about to keep coming in here after being out with Sharon all night. Like, what's
And then
up?
they come creep right in the bed. Now nigga, go hit that couch because this ain't that. And matter of fact, you better hope the door unlocked at this point. Make sure you get your ass in the shower.
Right. Exactly why I ain't know about my brothers. Prime example.
See?
Because this ain't no you waking up seeing mommy and daddy in the bed. Nope, daddy was on the couch. Why daddy on the couch? Ask daddy. Not today.
I think that it's nothing wrong with creating a new way of life when it comes to the black relationship. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be, some people believe in polygamy, some people believe in just not giving things a title, some people believe in relationships and marriage. There's nothing wrong with any of that. Like we said before, what works for you works for you. But
Right.
there's nothing wrong with wanting to have things be a certain way. I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's abnormal to have two people that are together, whether they're in a relationship, whether they married, whether they just partners, raising a family in a healthy way that works for their household, and letting that be what it is without, like, it all is what works for the two, the three, the four, however they want to do it. Because people be into some strange things these days.
I know.
But
you got to break out the social brainwashing.
Exactly.
Communication. Talking
Going back to the quality
every day, every night.
Yep. So, okay, we ain't never really answered Kiara's question.
No, I was about to answer it.
Oh.
I just got sidetracked. So my qualities I look for in a partner is, honestly, I don't ask for much. Just communicate, be honest, and be consistent. Like, a lot of people will be like, what does that mean? Like, if you're gonna be one way, just stay true to yourself first. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to like change up and be weird later down the line. Like, if this who you are, present who you are and stay that person. We can grow, you know what I mean? Of course you're gonna be upset and things of that nature, but like, just stay true to who you are when I meet you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because I don't ask for much. I'm the table, so just bring a couple chairs. That's all I'm asking.
Or
what about you, Steve?
Me, you have to be smart, sweet, some patience, because I'm gonna fuck up sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. A sense of humor. That's like the number one thing on the list for me. Is sense of humor. I joke and I laugh all day. Like, you would have to have some type of sense of humor. It's me. And some class, some dignification about yourself. Like, being a woman. And I mean a woman, I don't mean like, there's women that ain't women. And when I say woman, be dignified, have some respect for yourself.
Be out of your childish phase.
Out of your childish phase. Yes. Definitely. Like, we can act childish at home, like on some goofy shit, like being goofy like that. And show your maturity when you need to, and be silly when you need to. Like,
have accountability.
And also accountability. Definitely accountability. Sure. Definitely. And yeah, that's my qualifications.
Okay, y'all heard that?
I was about to say, do y'all want to answer this? Being that you booed up, you married up, like,
girl, I answer this question all day.
Go for it.
Niggas get me.
Yeah, definitely gonna be in that list. They definitely gonna tell you, like, yo, I ain't got these qualifications. Do I got them all?
Look, you better learn. No, I think that as far as qualities that I look for, it's just I don't mean to sound shallow, but I like my guys from like medium ugly to handsome. Not being funny, I'm not
for an ugly man.
I'm just saying, like, medium ugly to handsome, because medium ugly, you can work with that.
Medium ugly.
Because all right, we ain't even gonna get into all that.
That's definitely a thing.
It's a thing. Like, it's a lot of good. It's a lot of okay. We ain't gonna get into that, but definitely patience, communication, healthy communication, because people could talk to you all day long, but communication is also yelling and screaming. Healthy communication, a strong willed person, because I don't think everybody you're gonna meet not gonna come put together. Somebody with ambition that know what they want, and they know that they're gonna get there. They know how to get there. They know, somebody that you could have fun with, somebody that you could be serious with, somebody you could make money with, supportive. All of that stuff is important. Like,
definitely.
She said a dash of ugly. Yes, just a little dash.
Just a little dash.
if
Like you put it a little in the pot, like
if it were to have just
yeah,
a little
if you could do a little
maybe.
sprinkle, that's it. Like you know how
A dash.
like somebody could be cute and then you see that one ugly side and you be like, okay, it's just a moment. Okay, that was a side eye view. Like I can't just be looking at your ugly ass all the time because you gotta. Why are you here? That's my favorite question. Why are you here?
Shut up. Okay, Niche says skip her. Okay. We finna skip her. Well, you can tell us what qualities your husband has that attracted you to him, that made you want to say, I do.
I know.
Don't act like you got a big car either, because you know damn well.
Everybody at the door looking in like, here on door.
Why you answer that question? I said no. I don't know. Like for me, what attracted me to Dave was I would just watch the way he treated his mom. That's what really drew me in. Like I just watched the way he treat people, you know, like his mom and his sisters. You got to be funny, like you said, Steve. We got jokes all day.
Laugh all day.
You got to be funny. When it's time to be serious, you know, you got to know how to have a conversation. You got to have your head on strong. I don't know. It's just so much, y'all. I don't know. I haven't had to think about equality in a minute. I don't know.
You done got him. You done found him.
Because he got him.
Word. It's so funny.
All my qualities are what I got.
Shout out to Happy Black Marriage.
Salute to Guy, man. Salute to him.
That's right. Okay.
I feel like some days I don't even know what I want anymore, like in relationships. So like, I don't know, cause I don't be thinking about that no more. You know, I'm focused.
I say if I was to ever be single, I would not date another man. I'm gonna give me a girlfriend.
Yeah, I think I don't want to say a girlfriend. I think I want to do poly.
Yeah, not a girlfriend. Not like a relationship, because I've been there.
Yeah, I think I'm poly. Like I've been looking to it a lot, and like I'm all for that.
For what? I didn't hear you.
Poly.
Okay.
Like I'm all for that. I think that's which way I'm gonna go next.
Okay. So
I'm here for it. Whatever makes you happy.
Right.
Because I think everybody feels as though that we have to be tied down to one person because that's just what we're taught. But like realistically, like nobody is fully happy with one person. So if you can find all your qualities in different people, and like everybody agrees to it, and we got, you know, I'm cool with that too. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's just how I've been looking at it.
I'm not gonna have one person in my life for the rest of my life. Forever is a long time. That's just not logical to me.
So would you say that you don't believe in monogamy?
I believe in one person for the rest of my life. I'm not even gonna lie.
I might love that person for the rest of my life, but I would not have one sexual partner for the rest of my life. Know that.
Okay.
Understood. You're gonna be cheating, or you just not gonna get in a relationship?
I mean, if I tell you before the relationship that this is how I am, I don't really consider it cheating.
Okay.
What I'm going to do.
Okay, because that's what they signed up for. That makes sense because you already told them what it was.
Now, I'm not going to be out cheating every day, every week, or like that, but I just know it might happen. So I'm not even going to leave you in the dark and say, nah, I'm never going to do that. Like, I'm not even looking, but it might happen. That's all. Right. It's going to have nothing to do with what you did or didn't do. It was selfish sexual gratification for me.
Have you always been like this?
Freak. Yes.
You're a big old freak.
A big old freak.
No, I get it. I get that.
I wouldn't even know how to take it if a man said that. Like, I love the honesty for
sure. No man knows how to take it when I say that, but because no man is that honest. But this is how men think. They don't want just you forever. It's just
hell no. What they do that?
But then it's like on the flip side, a lot of women feel like that too. When you get into a relationship or a guy feels like even if y'all not together, he don't want you messing with nobody else. Cause then if you do it, then you for the streets. So why can't it be okay if we gonna have an open relationship? Because that's what it is basically. It's not gonna be no regular stuff. But if I see Harry at the bar and Harry looking kind of spicy, then I might go home with Harry that night. But then it's like, oh, that's you a whore, da 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 da. Like it's a double standard.
You're not going home with nobody. You better. I might as well get a room and come right the fuck back. But I'm staying out with the motherfucker. Nah,
I'm sorry. I'm selfish. I want one woman, and I want that woman to be mine. I don't want her to be with Ronnie or Bobby or Mike. I'm cool. No,
I don't want it to happen. If
hell no, hell no.
Like how I told her, I would have to respect it if I can move on.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
If we can't be with each other for the rest of our lives, then whatever. But as long as you with me, you with me. That's it.
I get it.
Y'all hear that, ladies?
That's right.
Steve watching. Slide in Steve DM.
We're gonna have another podcast segment called Dating with Steve.
Okay.
We try to find Steve some love. You feel me? VH1, Mona Scott, holla at us.
Right. Y'all make sure y'all slide in his DM.
Right. Steve, let me see so I can tell you if they right or not. I know. Where's Steve?
Oh no.
He posts out his DM.
Already hollering at him.
Look, they don't knock.
Did we ever get to the third question?
Yes,
no.
we do. This is the third question. Steve's back just in time.
My bad.
You good.
My computer is
okay.
not working. I think we all have a little malfunction at night.
So our third and last question is the pressures of being a provider when you're not providing enough. Now, I was kind of interested in getting to this too, so I was glad you picked this one because I was a little I wasn't really understanding your point when you feel like you're not providing enough. That could be in many different aspects of you. Like it could be mentally, physically, sexually, financially, you know.
Number one could be financially when your girl wants certain things, but she's not going to project that to you because she knows your financial situation, and it's embarrassing as a man when she knows your financial situation and you're not in the best situation. You want to do more than enough, but maybe you're just enough to pay your bills, but you're not enough to maybe take her out or take a trip here and there or do things like that. And others could be sexually, of course. Cause you know everybody act like they just fucking and they the best thing in the world when it comes to having sex, but you're really not. And she's not gonna vocalize that to you like, hey,
who?
Okay.
I'm not saying y'all, but it's some women that make their man feel like, oh, he doing it, but they ain't really doing it.
They're not feeling themselves.
And then express that to their best friend, like, I mean, he was alright, but I love him though.
Best friend, so friend, I think
like it's women like that. It's women like that. Just straight lying while y'all in the bed, and then you tell your best friend the truth.
That shit was trash.
No, I definitely. So you think you did a good job?
He was good the first 3 minutes, but then like
you fell off. You fell off 7th minute or so. You don't
even if he was quick, he ain't even like try to. Oh, it's a child. Never mind. Oh, you muted? I mean, he ain't even try to eat me after he buzzed. Like that's, they be telling their girlfriends like that. So it's a lot. It's a lot with being a provider. I mean, men's ego, want to know if that we're that nigga to you.
I feel like I want to know to a certain extent because, like, say you want to know, and then we start telling you, and then now you cursing us out because you got your defense on because we done told you what it was, like. And now
I'm sorry. Can y'all please say hi to my son so he can get out?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tobias.
Hey.
Um, oh,
Hi,
that's
Tony.
boy. I can't see good. My fault.
All right, thanks. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll see you in a few.
Hey, kitty cat, because I know that's cat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I feel like men want to know the truth to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like they want to know until like they don't want to know.
We want to know until our ego be hurt. I ain't gonna lie, our ego be hurt when we ain't that nigga to you, because how you think of us is most important, especially when we in a relationship. How you think about me is very important.
Word is bond.
Yeah,
So
and I
when I'm
feel
not being that person, it's like, God damn, I'm not that nigga like I think I am. But you could dwell on it or try to make yourself better.
and I was gonna say, and then that's when she come in or whoever come in and be like, you know what, babe, like yeah, you're not doing this, but we can work on it together, or
Hmm.
you could do
Uh,
this.
how she come off to him. Like if she coming disrespectfully when she say it, it's never gonna. But
That makes a difference. That makes a difference.
Of
It's
course,
not what you say, it's how you say
I
it.
was about to say it's how you
Exactly.
deliver the message sometimes. But you know what? A lot of people like when I talk, they always feel as though that I'm being like sarcastic because I talk so like I don't know.
Straightforward.
No, but I do it in such a nice way, like passive aggressive. Like people feel as though I'll be passive aggressive sometimes, and I'm not. I'm just being like, like Shauna. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. You're not mean when you talk. You just say what's on your mind. Like
In a nice way, like
you
so.
don't sugarcoat things, and I think a lot of people deem that as being rude or disrespectful. But don't ask me something if you really don't want to know
Yeah.
what my opinion is. Honestly,
What
That's
you
a
think?
fact.
What's your view on this, Don?
I mean, on the financial part,
Not on a question. Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
she's providing. Now, I definitely feel the pressures of providing. Now, not providing for her, but just having. If my pockets ain't right, nothing else is right. I don't want to fuck. I don't want to do none of that. Like I, I get that pressure a lot. Like so, I ain't got it. I get in the dark space. So, that pressure is real. Like not providing for her, but like he said, she might wanna. I might want to go on a trip, but I ain't got it. So that shit is rough, especially nowadays. Like shit ain't easy right now. But
yeah,
sexual pressure, like sometimes I'm in my head too much. So if shit ain't going the way I think it should go, it's just not gonna go down. I'm
yeah.
I'm in a dark space. So that pressure, that shit is real. I, yeah.
I feel like that is definitely real on like men and women too, because like, but I just tell myself like if I can't change it within the next 24 and I'm doing everything I can to work towards it to being better, I'm not gonna stress myself about it because realistically, like you only get one life. So like if you're spending Tuesday stressing about paying your bills that's gonna be here on Wednesday and you went to work, you did everything that you could do to get the money, but like if it like it's not gonna come to you on Tuesday, but that bill is due, why be upset about it all day?
Yeah. That's
You
what
know?
I'm not gonna sit and sulk and stress. I'm just going to stay to myself till I get right. I ain't putting my problems on somebody else. Like I
Yeah.
damn sure ain't gonna ask.
Are you
Can
a
I?
Oh no, you're a Scorpio.
You sign?
Damn.
She
What-
said,
yeah.
I hate
What-
that. I hate that
what-
astrology shit. I swear.
I think that when it comes to the pressures of providing, I feel like to a certain point, when you with a person, no matter how you with them, depending on how heavy y'all miss with each other, I feel like at some point you guys are supposed to elevate each other. Like when y'all talk about like, taking a trip. It might not happen this year, but if y'all sit down and say we want to take a trip, I don't feel like it all has to be on the one person to make it happen. These
Alright.
days you could pay for flights monthly. Like, we could just put some money to the side and book everything at the same time. Like, I feel like it's all in a way that you think, because I would never want somebody stressing about something to make me happy, to where it's putting them in a dark space, to when we could work on that as a team, and it's going to make both of us happy at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to a bill, oh, the bill 400, but I only got 400. Okay, well, here go 200. So you can have some money in your pocket. Like stuff like that. I feel like that's just the way things supposed to be. Like, if you're in a position to do that, if the other person needs your man or your woman and you are able to help, why not help? I'm
And
not saying expect that from somebody off the rip, but if y'all in the space where y'all doing things like that for each other, then yeah, take some pressure off your partner, your friend, your mate, your husband, your boyfriend, your cuddy buddy, whatever the people
Stuff
call
like
it.
that excites me. Like when people be like, oh, like when people offer to do things, like especially like a partner, I'm like, oh my goodness, like so you wanna go to
Because it's going to initially make somebody want to do something for you. If a man see that you really rocking with him and he lacking somewhere and you not judging him and you trying to work with him through that, then it's going to only, make him, I feel, want to do more for you when and if he can. Like, it might not come when you expecting it, but it's going to come if that person is that person. Because some people just let you do for them and won't have no intentions on doing back for you. But that all deems on your judge of character and, like I said, getting to know the person and how strong y'all bond is.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
This was
That's
such a
my
great.
take on that.
and I want to speak for the women that do that, that try to be a partner. And a lot of our egos, our men egos, because we was taught a woman will try to help you and give you money for something, and then we be like, nah, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it happen. Sometimes it's a good trait to have, but also it can be toxic. It can be toxic. Like, she's trying to help you. She's not trying to make you feel less of a man. She's just trying to make you help. She's trying to help you because you are in a tight situation.
Mm-hmm.
We're us men feel like we're supposed to be perfect and we're supposed to have the money to do whatever it is we got to do, and sometimes we just don't.
And sometimes I think people just don't want to spend their money. Like, I'm not going to say money is hard to come by, but money is hard to come by. A lot of these jobs not paying what you're worth, especially for the work that you're doing. So the money that you do get, sometimes people just want to hold on to it a little bit. Like, maybe they do have it to do, but at this moment, they might just want to look at their bank account looking like something for a little minute. Like, it get like that. Like you said, Steve, when Wade and I first, like, I think our first year of living together, he was like that. Like, oh no, I got it. And he was just coming home, like he was still on parole. So it was only so much that he could do. And me knowing that, I would just be like, okay, but what I would do is on a sneak tip, like, I'm finna call public service and put some money on his bill. Or I'm gonna, even though it was kind of like being sneaky, but it was being sneaky in a good way because I know you're not going to just let me do it. And then after a while, you see, like, okay, like, it's a partnership. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It goes back to what I was saying about how he wants to be viewed to you. He wants to feel like the man. He wants to be the man to you. So, and finances has something to do with us feeling like we're the man. Like, if a bill comes up, I want to let her know that I got it and I'm not struggling with it. Even though I am struggling with it, I don't want to let her know that I'm struggling with it.
Yeah, I
I
see
will
that.
borrow it. I will borrow the money from my friend before I borrow it from you.
Yeah.
Just because I want to be looked at as the man.
But that's a pride thing too, you think?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Pride and ego.
But I
Pride
feel
and
like
ego.
you shouldn't be with somebody. I feel like when men feel like that, sometimes, I could be wrong, correct me, y'all, if I am, that women give off that energy that she might look at you differently if you don't have or you can't do. Like, I feel like a man shouldn't be with somebody who they feel like might not fuck with them how they fuck with them if they can't do something, because initially that's not the person for you. Like, you gonna always have to be up here to please that person. You need to be with somebody who, if you got it all when they met you, and you just go down to your lowest, if you feel like that person gonna leave you because you can't do X, Y, and Z, then you need to get out of Dodge immediately, because that's a disaster right there. Like,
but you know what's crazy that you say that is because, like, I feel like men, like, say we both came up, we build each other up, whatever the case may be. I seen you at your lowest, I help you build, and then, like, you just leave a nigga, like, you know what I mean? Like, they just leave you.
That happens too.
And it's not even like they just leave you. It's just like you just decide that, like, you don't want to deal with some of their some of their like toxic behavior. So now, like, you built this nigga, and like y'all became all this, and then they just leave you, and now everything you done taught and raised and built with this nigga, he's taking it on to the next person or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know.
I think that's a fear of every single woman.
Not just women. I think it's with men too.
Men too, absolutely. For sure. Because I'd be like, ring the alarm, like Beyonce was in the video.
I know my favorite video.
She gonna be rocking chinchilla? Nope.
You know, so
I'm buying all the chinchillas before you leave. She ain't getting a chin or a chilla.
The only thing you could take with you is what you got on your mental, bro. Is what I told you mentally. Like, none of this is going, because
this was a good episode, you guys. It is time for us to head on out of here. It's 8:32. That came fast. I really appreciate you guys for coming on. Y'all super cool.
Yes.
Thank you.
A pleasure meeting you both.
Like, yes, this was great. I had fun.
We're gonna have to do this again.
I'm about to say, come on back.
Definitely need a part 2 to this.
We can probably do the rest of the questions. Probably not next week, but another time.
Yeah,
of course.
I have them written down in the notebook. So we do have other questions that we didn't get to. But I really appreciate you guys for coming on. Don been sitting outside of the store where the good light is, so he would.
Indian guy.
Awesome. Y'all were awesome. Thank you for your input. Thank you for your insight. All right, Don Dada, I ain't finna argue with you no more. I think.
And you could tune in some Sundays, because you definitely said you don't watch the show. You thought I wasn't gonna bring that up.
She's gonna have to the topic of the day.
Yeah, we gotta add some segments. We gotta add some segments in here.
Nah, I've never been on a podcast before, so this was the first podcast I was on.
Really, we are breaking a lot of people podcast virginities.
Right.
Yeah, this was mad fun. I really had fun with y'all. This is mad fun.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, guys. That makes me happy.
Yeah. I'm hard as hell. Cheeks hurting.
I'm here and available anytime y'all need me. Y'all remember Ask Jeeves back in the day? Y'all can ask Steve. I'm down. I'm down.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. And to everybody that was watching and you guys commenting, thank you guys very much for tuning in again. We missed y'all. It feels good to be back. And we're going to see y'all next Sunday at 7 o'clock on the dot, Facebook and YouTube. Thanks, guys.